Suzy is 61 and done with her crappy old job. And it's emails like this that fire me up, man. So Suzy writes in, I think she's single. I can't remember. I think she was. But anyway, she's Suzy, so we call her Single Suzy. She has some money saved up in retirement plans, 37 years working the same employer. She says, I'm out starting December. So now she's just training her replacement, a person in India, most likely. She didn't say that, I don't know, but we all know how that goes. Yeah, no, we're downsizing. It's great. But we need you, Joey. Why? Well, because you got to train your Indian replacement. Oh, really? Okay, great. She didn't say that, but we all get the gist for a lot of people. All right, so she's 61. She emails me, said essentially it's because of my videos that gave her the motivation to do it. Now she has a 457 plan, which applies or implies that she works for a government agency of some sort, a municipality. I don't, it could be anything, but which means because she's been there for 37 years, she probably has her health insurance covered, which is great. But she has, but I'm just telling you, that is usually, because I got another email from, I forgot this dude's name, along the same time I got that one from Suzy, who said he works at a paper mill. He says a lot of people are hesitant to retire because of the high cost of health insurance. Look, man, I get it. 60 years old, you go on Cobra, about $1,500 a month between you and your wife. That's $18,000 a year. That ain't cheap. I get it. I don't look at it like that. I say, well, let's just say you got 500 to $1 million in a retirement account. Yeah, you're paying $18,000 a year for the next 5 years until you're 65. Then you go on Medicare. Well, hell, it's not like Medicare is cheap. Medicare is still $500 a month. That's the way I calculated it when I used the planning software Right Capital. And that's in today's numbers. And then we're using a 5.5% increase in cost on healthcare, because that's what CMS says, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. They expect a 5.5% annual healthcare cost increase. So, all right, it costs you $18,000 a year for you and your spouse. It costs you $12,000 a year when you're on Medicare. All right, well, then you got Social Security kicking in. Social Security will cover all of your Medicare and give you a couple pennies left over. All right. So now we're just living off our portfolio. Oops, that's not. It's not. What's wrong with that? I just don't understand. I mean, if $18,000 at 60 to cover Cobra, and again, the Cobra only kick in for 18 months, then you go on ACA. Let's just say ACA is still $18,000 a year. We'll just say you got $1 million. All right, that's 2% of your portfolio. Plus you need some living income. And we won't even have you qualifying for Obamacare subsidies. I mean, I don't get it, man. You got $1 million, you got your house paid for, but Josh, I can't afford $18,000. How do you know that? I mean, that's the thing that cracks me up. I got $1 million, I can't afford $18,000 for a few years. Why? Well, because it says I can only take 4% a year from my portfolio, and on $1 million, that's $40,000 a year, of which $18,000 is going to Obamacare or Cobra. That only leaves me with $22,000. Fools! Sorry, fools! You brood of vipers. That's 4%. When you hit 65, your Medicare will cover, and again, that ain't cheap, still gonna be $12,000 a year between you and spousey. But then at 67, your Social Security kicks in. We'll just say between you and spousey, it's $40,000 a year. All right, you're still netting, after $12,000 a year for Medicare, you're still netting $28,000 a year. Let's say your portfolio now is down to $750,000, just for simplicity. All right, so you got $750,000 plus $28,000 net with Social Security. I mean, how much more do you need? And you're 67 years old. I don't understand. So we'll say we give you a 5% distribution rate off $750,000. Oh boy, this guy can be 5, about 38,000. We'll just say that's 38,000. So between a 5% distribution rate of 38,000 plus 22,000 net of Social Security, you got 5,000 a month coming in. Oh, by the way, you're 67, man. I mean, you're only, if you survive until 90, which isn't very likely, you only got 23 years left. Can you take safely 5% a year from your portfolio for 23 years? I would make the argument, absolutely. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it all comes back to the big unknown, which is you don't know what the cost of spending is. Everyone wants to blame it. Well, I don't know what the cost of healthcare will be. I don't know what the long-term care costs will be. No. You don't know what the cost to live is going to be in terms of your own expenditures. And I hate to say it, but some of you all, me too, you don't want to button that down. Because when you're making money, you don't have to pay much mind to your budget. Because you got the, oh look, I'm there. You got the money coming in. Now all of a sudden you're on a fixed income, i.e. through Social Security and a portfolio withdrawal. Now you got to be a little bit more conscious. And that also means you got to be, you can't just have a whole lot of discretionary expenditures just because you feel like it. Because now you're in a whole different realm. And a lot of people, they're so accompanied. Let me see, I've got a car behind me. Nope. A lot of people, they're so comfortable and used to just being able to buy whatever they want. They don't like the idea of having these kind of handcuffs on and says, oh, you can't just buy that. Dude, trust me, I get it. I get it 100%. I'm buying a video today set from, what's it called? 1986, the movie, I think. Talk about, I assume it's going to be how the law passed that allowed Big Pharma to be exempt from, to be immune from their jabs. And you know, that's gonna cost $59. Would I do that if I was on a fixed income? Well, maybe, but I'm doing it now because I got the cash flow. Another reason to pay the taxes now, we got the cash flow. Anyway, gotta get out of the middle of the street before I get killed. Anyway, so the issue is, until you actually analyze your situation, don't just say you can't do it. It's just weird to me. Now, if you got $300,000 and it's going to cost you $18,000 a year for health insurance, well, would it? I don't get that at all. Well, because you can qualify for the Obamacare subsidies because you're not making much income. $300,000, you pull 5% a year, that's $15,000 a year. Will that be enough? Probably not. You probably need more before Social Security kicks in. All right, well, pull 10% a year. $30,000 a year is $2,500 a month. You're going to qualify for massive amounts of Obamacare subsidies, but you're only pulling that 10% until Social Security kicks in. And of course, depending on your health is when you're going to take it. I don't know. I just think people, they have this fear of the unknown and that they created for themselves, because our industry and the media is very good at making you fearful. And frankly, a lot of us are too lazy to actually dive into it a little bit deeper. All right, love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you